Hello everyone, it is Lucy, that's me. So true. And I hope you are excited because I have been cooking up this video for like 6 months. I mean, that makes it sound like I'm actively cooking on it for 6 months. Like, yes, chef, it's not so much like that. Like a sourdough starter that I've just been gently feeding every few weeks or so to culminate in the delicious loaf of this video. You already know because of the title, but it is a thrift haul slash try on haul of thrifted clothing. Basically everything on the rack behind me are secondhand or thrifted items that I picked up at markets, secondhand stores, on Depop. So I guess it's kind of like a Depop haul as well. So I'm very excited. And with that, I feel like we should just get straight into it. You're all smart cookies. You know what's going on. You know what time it is. Starting off with the first piece, which I am wearing, but obviously the horizontal orientation. The nature of this video is making it a bit tricky to see, so I will pop a clip up here so you can get a better look. But it's this denim gray maxi skirt with ruffles. I just want to tell you a story of how I found this skirt because it was like a miracle. I feel like if you know me, if you're subscribed, you've been watching the videos, which sidebar, if you don't know me, hi, welcome to the channel. Enjoy your stay, take a little look around, see what takes your fancy, consider subscribing. But if you're already aware of the Lucy of it all, then you probably know that I don't let something into my wardrobe lightly. Like I really need to be enthused to allow something to come into my wardrobe. But basically I went to a market here in Sydney that is known for having secondhand clothing. And I go to this market like pretty regularly. And there's like a lot of secondhand clothes at this market, but every single time I've been like, So I'm walking through the market and I see this stall, and out of the corner of my eye, I see a girl trying on this skirt, and I look at it and I'm like, this skirt is perfect for me. Like my eyes were like magnetized to it because I had been wanting like a new casual type of skirt, like an alternative to some of my blue denim pieces. Like I was like, I don't really need too much more blue denim. Spoilers, there's actually some blue denim behind me, but that's different. And I saw this and I was like, that is a gray denim maxi skirt with ruffles and a little pink flower embroidery. Are you kidding? So anyway, the girl was like trying it on over her pants and I was like trying to be subtle, but I'm not a subtle person. And we kind of made eye contact and I was just like, that skirt is really cute. And she was like, yeah, it's cute, but like it doesn't really fit me. Do you want to try it on? And I was totally not playing it cool. And I was like, I would love to try it on. So I tried it on and it was like a sisterhood of the traveling pants moment and it just fit me perfectly. I didn't think it would because it's like a denim skirt. I was like, odds are low, you know? Like it's fine if it doesn't. But it's actually like a bit of a stretchy denim, which is delightful. So anyway, I got it and I paid for it and it was 65 Australian dollars, which I'm not sure it's actually worth that. From my research, because there's no brand on the tag, but the label is in Japanese and there was like something on the label which basically was saying it was from a particular wholesaler. I have come to the conclusion that this was probably sold in like a fast fashion retailer in Japan. So the likelihood of it ever being 65 Australian dollars is pretty low. But you know what? I don't really care because it's worth $65 to me. I've already worn it a bunch. It's just so cute. It's so me. The fact that it fits me perfectly, it fits like my aesthetic, the color palette and everything about it is just perfect. I'm like, it's worth that alone. I don't care that the market value is probably not $65. I like to know because I think it's interesting. But I ultimately am like, I don't feel like I've overpaid because I have not seen any other skirts like this. I think it's very unique. And now it's mine. But before I show you my next fashion find, I want to thank this video's sponsor, Aura. As you can clearly tell by this video and the others on my channel, I love scouring the internet for the best fashion finds. And online shopping and exploring new brands should be fun. Unfortunately, shopping online isn't without its risks. Scammers can create fake websites. I know because I've seen them. Steal your payment info. I just had to deal with credit card fraud. And sell fake products. I've also seen this. And the truly spooky part is that your personal details can be saved and sold across the internet. And this is where Aura comes in. Aura helps you shop safely by protecting your personal, financial, and payment information. Their service scans the web for your information on data broker sites and submit opt-out requests on your behalf to reducing spam and risk of information theft. Aura will also alert you if anyone tries to use your information to access your bank accounts. And they also offer up to $5 million in identity theft insurance just in case something goes wrong. And on top of that, their service also includes a VPN with over 100 virtual locations, which is pretty nifty. You can try Aura for 14 days for free at aura.com/LucyLivin so you can see how they can keep you safe while you shop. And with that, let's get back into it. So next up we have this dress, which is the first of two pieces that I actually got secondhand from the same brand, which is an Australian brand called Is it with Jean? It's like, it's got a French accent. I want to say it's with Jean. But even saying that now, I'm not confident. I feel like this is a good example of where my patience has paid off pretty well, both in like financial sense, because I've been able to get these items for a much lower price than they originally retailed at, but also in terms of like, because I waited so long and still liked these items, I was like, okay, I'm pretty confident that I do really like them, because you know how sometimes you like get really excited about something and you put it in your wish list and then you forget about it, and then like a month later you find it and you're like, what was I? Yeah, I'm not really keen anymore. That didn't happen for these pieces. But this dress I had ironically saved on my Depop a few different listings, but I actually ended up seeing this, it caught my eye, at the same secondhand clothing market where I got this skirt. For any Sydney people, it's the Glebe markets, okay? And I know they're really popular. I find them a bit hit and miss. Anyway, I was walking and this caught my eye because it's like white with little pastel flowers, and I was like, what's that? And then quickly realized, oh, it's a dress from With Jean, the one that I have probably already saved on my Depop. And I think they were selling it for 60 Australian dollars, but I didn't have a way to really try it on. So then I was like on the size chart on the website, but I was like, it's hard to tell. And the person who stole it was like, noticed that I was looking at it, and she was like, oh yeah, you know, let me know if you want to buy it. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm just like having a think. And then from memory, I think I did a lap, and then I came back and I was there with my boyfriend slash fellow thrifted secondhand clothing appreciator, Max. And so I gave him my like matcha latte and was like, can you hold this while I like take a good look at it? And the store person like noticed me kind of like discussing it with Max and stuff. And she was like, oh yeah, by the way, the price I wrote on that one, that's not correct. It's not $60, I think it's 40. So let me know if you want it for 40. And I was a bit like, this maybe changes things. I did think it was kind of funny because I was like, well, I'm doubtful that it was actually an accident, but it didn't really matter. Because at that price point, I was like, even if it doesn't fit me like 100%, I would be able to pop it on Depop for like the same price and probably be able to make my money back. But I also am hoping that it will fit me and be cute and I'll like it. And luckily for all of us, it was the second option. So I have been wearing this dress. I've been really enjoying it. I don't wanna, but it has been a bit of a compliment getter. People like the dress. I really like the dress. I feel like this dress is very my style. It's kind of like feminine, girly, but it's got a little, there's like a flirtiness to it, a little sass. You know what I mean? The only thing I will say about this is it's a bit more of like a baby doll style silhouette that I normally go for. I go for something normally with like a little bit of like a lower waist, but equally, I don't hate it. I don't mind it. It's got like a string tie waist, so you can kind of pull it in as much as you like, which I like. I like the way it gives it a little more shape as per my preference. It's of like a cotton material, so it's very light and breezy, very comfortable. I am so jazzed about this purchase. And I'm already feeling good about like the dollar per wear kind of vibe, especially because it was $20 cheaper than it was marked on the tag, allegedly by accident. Okie dokie, I just popped my hair up because it's still hot. When will summer be over? But also like, I think the little hair up vibe works for this piece. This one, not sure about. This is allegedly a LoveShackFancy skirt. And I say allegedly because I only paid $20 for it at the charity shop where I found it. I feel like in charity shops, they generally these days have a pretty good sense about what things are worth and like charging a price that's appropriate to that or to scale. And considering the fact that these skirts, I believe, are like 300 Australian dollars, which I would argue, I'm not sure if it's necessarily worth that price point new for me in my current state of my life. I would expect a charity shop to maybe charge it at like $60 or something like that. But because they were charging only 20, I was like, do they like not know that this brand is like the price point it is, or do they just like think it's not real? Or do they agree with me that they're like, you shouldn't charge $60 for it? Not sure which of the three it was, but I tried it on in the store and I was going back and forth on it. And once again, my fellow thrift appreciator slash boyfriend slash podcast host, check out Rewind Time if you haven't already. I was like, oh, I'm not sure, like I'm not 100%. He was like, well, just buy it. It's 20 bucks, just get it. And if you don't like it, you can literally donate it back to the same thrift store. So that's how we got here. And this range of skirts in particular, in this style of like a pastel tie-dye with like kind of frayed edges and things like that, I'm like, I think it's beachy. Like I think this is from their like resorty sort of section. And admittedly, I do live in Australia. Like I understand this, but it just feels very like, where am I going? And also the sizing of it, like it sits quite low below my sacred hole, the belly button. So I've styled this up a few times with like a pair of like little ballet flats, but then like that, it just looks a little weird. And then I've tried it with like a little pair of mules, but then it looks like it's sort of dressy because the silhouette with like the ruffles and everything, it gives dressy, but then the fabric and everything and the fraying, it doesn't. There's something about it, I don't know, it reminds me of skirts that were really popular when I was like in grade 7. That were these like flouncy like ruffle skirt. I don't know if it's just also because like I have pretty wide hips and so it's kind of like accentuating that more, which I'm not against. I don't know what it is. And potentially rather than trying to shoehorn it into like everyday casual wear, this maybe is just like a piece that I wear to the beach, like on top of a bikini as like a little cover up. And I'm not against that, but I just wanted to bring it, I wanted to bring it to the table, bring it to the team, see if we had any solutions for this. Can you tell? I've been back in corporate for a bit. I want to circle back. I wanted to touch base on the skirt and see if we had any solutions and answers. But in saying all of that, I'm not mad about the amount I paid for it because it was 20 bucks. 20 bucks is 20 bucks. Am I right? It's the only thing I would say out of this rack, out of this selection where I feel a bit like question mark. So let me know. Okie doke, the next thing is this pair of pants, and they're just any pants. They're denim pants, and they're not just any pair of denim pants, they are denim capri pants. I think if you told me in like 2014, like if you told high school me, I'm gonna be getting a pair of denim capri pants, I'd be like, no, something's wrong. Like something's gone wrong in the timeline. But I feel this is one of the rare times I've become potentially a victim to a trend. Maybe not a victim, I've just become intrigued. I don't know, there's something about the way they have been doing like the retro sort of styling, that more like pin-up, like 50s, 60s kind of vibe. I feel like it's more 50s. So I saw this pair of denim capri pants and I believe these were also $20. Yeah, they were 20 bucks at the thrift. And I was like, you know what? I'll try them on. There's no harm in that. And I tried them on and then they fit. And I was like, you know what? I'll buy them. There's no harm in that. So I've taken them home and I've been playing with them and styling them. I've worn them a couple of times out and I am still not 100% convinced that I've like perfected the way to style these because I'm trying to do them because I feel like the line with these pants is so thin between like cute, kitschy, like retro pinup, but in like an ironic, like modern way. I realized that was like a silly sentence, but you get my vibe. I guess what I'm trying to say is because this trend has come back around within my lifetime, I'm trying to style it in a way that feels fresh and not like I have been wearing the trend since the last time. And I guess that's not, yeah, I'm like, is that even a bad thing? I'm trying to go for the Pinterest style styling and not that. Like if I styled this exact pair of pants with like, you know, a floral button down and a pair of like nice sneakers, it would be a different look. That's also a look that stands on its own, but not the look I'm going for. Anyway, I'm very happy with how they fit and how they feel and how they've been so far. I'm just in the process of ensuring that I feel confident in my styling decisions because there've been a couple of times where I've put on like a top and I've just looked in the mirror and gone, because there have been a few times where I've styled this up and I've been like, the needle is ticking in the wrong direction. So I'm keen to hear your thoughts, your styling tips. 20 bucks. I'm happy to pay 20 bucks to find out if I'm giving what kind of capri pant woman. I don't know, we'll find out. Okay, I have paired these two together and I'm like, do these work as a combo? Uncertain. But anyway, this is the second piece that I got from the Australian brand With John. Not that I bought from them directly, but I got this on Depop. Some of these pieces I have a little background detail. This one, not so much. I just bought it on Depop. Here it is. This is the Bridget top. I think it's Bridget because I think it's meant to be like the Bridget Bardot top because it's spelled the same way, I think. I don't actually know if they sell it anymore, but I just thought this was really cute because it is like a basic, but a little more, with a little pizzazz. Because as you know, as you very well know, I love a little white top. And one of the reasons why I liked it is because of the wide straps, because I can wear a bra under it. I don't know if I necessarily would per se, but I like the option because I find that really like spaghetti straps and like those really stringy straps, I'm not obsessed with them. I like sleeves from like an aesthetic purpose, but also for like sun protection. But I do like to wear them sometimes, especially like in the evening in Australia, like in the summery evenings. It's like nice to have something where it's like got armpit airing potential. I'm the most cool woman ever. I'm so put together and so ladylike and elegant. Just When you describe me, first 3 words, it's like elegant, ladylike, human. The thing is, I've been putting it off, but I need to go and like get a bunch of my alterations done. I think I need this to be a little shorter in the strap because I find the way this sits, like as I move around in like a natural way, is this kind of comes off my shoulders a bit and there's sort of like a bit of gappiness going on. I'm not 100% sure if that's what the issue is. I will just take it to the tailor / seamstress and just be like, your thoughts? Because the fabric is like a quite like starchy, stiff cotton. So I feel like it looks, do you know what I mean? I think that's what it is. Please let me know if you think it's something else, because I think that's what it is. I will await professional advice before I make any major changes, although I do think this could just be like taken in and I could always potentially unpick it, maybe obviously at the back. Look, clearly not a seamstress and I know the limits of my skills, but I will say this with the capris, I think it's giving, that could be a look, maybe, I don't know. It's like a new subcategory of my wardrobe that I would call like vintage bombshell with 5G. You know what I mean? Vintage bombshell with 5G who has a right to vote and has a partner who does an equitable amount of the household chores. Yes, I think that's the vibe. Anyway, TBD on this one. It's like, it's feeling positive, but we just need to work out that one issue. Okay, and then last but not least is this shirt, which my neighbor is watching me film. Hey. So this shirt is from Ganni and I paid 150 Australian dollars. I think it's the most expensive thing out of everything that I've bought. And that is because the original, I think, retails for somewhere north of like 300 Australian dollars. It's like between 250 to like 400, depending on where you buy from and depending on like the currency conversion. It can be like cheaper or more expensive. If you don't know Ganni, they've been a bit trendy. I would say Emma Chamberlain was one of their like model / ambassadors for a period of time. I believe the brand is from Copenhagen, or at least if not Copenhagen, it's definitely European. But these shirts, they're like cotton shirts I've wanted for quite a while, like maybe a year at this point. They've been on my radar and of interest to me. So at some point I just started actively pursuing it on Depop. But definitely now that I live somewhere that is a little bit chillier than where I used to live, I do get a lot more wear out of those like layering pieces and jumpers and sweaters and things that go with them. But I actually haven't had the chance to wear it that many times yet, because about the time I bought this, and I think it's maybe why I got like a good deal on Depop, was that it was like kind of just coming into summer. And this is like not the lightest weight cotton. It's a bit of a thicker cotton. So this is nicer in those sort of cooler months. Really just any month where it's like below 25 degrees Celsius. I think this shirt is really nice, which will be a lot of the months that are coming up for me. So I'm excited to style it. I did check how it worked with my sweater and vests at the time, even though it was like the tail end of those cool months, and it does fit nicely under. So I'm at least like happy and confident that I'll be able to style it up with pieces that I already like in my wardrobe and already kind of know how to mix and match. What do we think? Do we feel like it was worth the investment? I feel like people either love or hate these type of like, I don't know, like pilgrim style collars. I think it's a fun play on like a standard white shirt. But yeah, that is everything. No, there's one more thing. Surprise pair of shoes. I just wanted to mention these really quick. These are from Depop as well. The brand is Jane Debster, which is like an Australian shoe brand. I think they're called the Japan loafers, and I think they're named that because they're styled after the like Japanese style school shoes, which I think are really cute. I've been sort of looking for a black loafer because I am going to sell my Steve Madden Charlie's platforms. I'll put a pic up here. I really like how those shoes look. I find them very comfortable and I've liked wearing them every time I've worn them, but I just don't wear them that often. They don't really fit into my lifestyle. So I need to put those on Depop. That's a good reminder, which I'll link my Depop below. I occasionally pop things up there if that is of interest to you. But I'm gonna sell them just because I purely just don't really wear them. I mostly wear black during the cooler months, and now that I live somewhere where it actually does get pretty chilly and I do get a lot of wear out of coats and things, I find myself gravitating more towards my boots and like more practical forms of footwear that I can wear out to, you know, a day at work or a day out and about. And like I would pick my boots or something else instead of those. That's where these come in, because I found myself repeatedly wearing my black boots, but I didn't always want to wear like my big chunky boots. I wanted something like smaller which would be like these Mary Janes, but these Mary Janes are just a bit, they're just a bit too dressy for like what I'm looking for. They're cool. I obviously think they're slay, but I'm just like, I'm just not wearing them, and it feels like a shame to just have them sitting collecting dust. But I did feel like I would get more wear out of a pair of just slightly more practical little loafers. They do still have a heel on them. I have already wear tested these and they're super comfy. So I'm swapping these in and taking those out. But that was a great thrift find. I've actually been sitting on these on the listing for like a while. So yeah, I got them for like, I think half of retail, which I'm pretty happy with, and just fit my lifestyle better. And lifestyle is kind of what informs my personal style to a pretty significant degree. Anyway, that is everything I have thrifted in the last like 6 months or so. Let me know what you think, which of the items you think is the cutest, the best thrift find, and potentially if you have anything where you're like, Lucy, not sure about that one, or if you know what you think my issue is with this top, then I'm always open to help. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you haven't seen my latest videos, then you should check them out as well, because I've been a content machine this last month. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!